So let's say in this bag I've got how many yellow balls? Let's just say this 1, 2, 3. So 3 yellow balls, then 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 red balls, and then how many blue balls do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 blue balls. So they can ask you, what is the probability, right? But before we talk about probability, let me show you something. So there's what we call dependent events and independent events. If I take the first ball and I replace it back, it's independent. It means the second result does not depend on the first. But if I take the first ball and I do not replace it, the second result depends on the first. Okay, let me prove it. Let's say if the ball is taken and it is replaced, what is the probability of getting a red on one, right? Red on the first one and getting blue on the second one. So the probability of getting red on the first one, how many red balls are there? There are 4 red balls and the total is 12. So it means the answer is 1/3. Then what is the probability of getting a blue ball on the second one? So since I replaced it, it's still the same, right? The total is still the same. So how many blue balls do we have? It means it's gonna be 5/12. So that's what's gonna happen when it's independent. But if I take it and I do not replace it, what is the probability of getting a red on the first one? So on the first one, it's still gonna be 4/12, which is 1/3. But because I did not replace it, there are no more 12 balls. There are now 11 balls, right? So what is the probability of taking a blue ball? The probability of taking a blue ball, let me separate these two things, because here I'm going to show you something. So here we'll talk about dependent event, how that it depends on the first one. So the probability of taking a blue ball on the second one is 5/11, right? So now, what if I didn't take a red ball on the first one? Will it be 5/11? What if I took a blue ball first? Let's say I took a blue ball. What's the probability of taking a blue ball at first? It's going to be 5/12. Now, if I take a blue ball, what is the probability of taking another blue ball in the second one? Then it's not going to be 5. Since I took the first one, it's going to be 4. You see? And it's not going to be 12. It's going to be over 11. So you see these two are not the same. It depends. If the red one is taken first, this will be the answer. If the blue one is taken first, this will be the answer. If the yellow one is taken first, we'll have another one. So whenever I take a ball and do not replace it, it is dependent, right? But the second result depends on the first one. But whenever I take the first ball and I replace it, then the second result does not depend on the first one. It will still be the same. Like here we can test. If I took another ball first, you see the first time I took a red ball, right? What if I took a blue ball first? If I took a blue ball first, the first result was going to be 5/12. But because I replaced it, what's the probability of me taking blue again? It's still going to be 5/12. So it does not change. It does not depend on the first one. But this one depends. If this one is taken, this will be the result. This is taken, this is the result. So basically, I want you to memorize that whenever something is taken and replaced, the result of the second does not depend on the first. But when something is taken but not replaced, the second one does depend on the first.